Welcome in, everyone. Welcome into another Awkward Family Gathering with your host, the one, the only.
Lizard.
No, not the lizard. Me, Awkward Hero. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're having a grand old time on this Monday, getting out the Sunday scaries and having a ball, getting what needs to be done. So, last time on our last meeting, I forgot to log out of Minecraft, specifically the server, and I died. So that was a good time. That was a fun time. As I log in, it reminds me that I died, losing everything I had. Now, fortunately, we haven't ventured too far, so it should be relatively easy to get to. Fortunately, one of the mods that we use for the server, for the Minecraft server, shows you exactly where your death spot is. So I should be able to hop right back there and get it. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now so that it doesn't despawn. Hey, look, it's all there. You can see here and all that. Ooh. We may have lost some to the lava. It's hard to say. Difficult to say. But we got back what we got back. We got back what we got back. But in other news, it's the weekdays. I've been working on this thing since the affiliate raid train. Since the affiliate party raid train. That I'm kind of excited about. Excited to see what it does and how it does. But I created these NFC name tags. Well, thank you, Luna. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome to the family gathering, Awkward Family Gathering. So obviously with TwitchCon coming up, and more specifically the affiliate party at TwitchCon, I kept thinking about, how do I identify? And now I'm telling you guys about like my NFC coins that I've been making. But someone said, hey, what about a name tag? What about just a very simple name tag? And I was like, oh, that'd actually be really easy to do. And so I put together a quick mock-up one. That's what this one is. It's a mock-up. So ignore the fact that I went the most awkward way possible of spelling my name. Big awkward little hero. And it has an NFC tag in it. So just like the coins where you tap it on the phone and it will pull up Twitch or a website or contact information, whatever you want on it. I figured these would be nice. I'm gonna wear mine probably on my shirt sleeve, like so. Like so. So that way people can just easily tap and know who I am and what I am. And it's actually not that expensive to make. It's about it cost me about $2 to make. I'm gonna sell them for $3. But they magnetize on. They have the NFC chip in them, so you know that's a pretty good deal too. Works with all acrylic markers and Sharpies that are meant to be written on in black. I'm gonna try a few different colors as well. Someone was telling me to get white filament, so that might be something worthwhile. But yeah, so that'll be available soon in the shop, in the Brick and Board Studio shop. If you don't know what Brick and Board Studio is, my wife and I run a business together.
Daddy said don't, but I said I'm gonna misbehaving.
Eyes on the windowsill, swimming in the creek.
Catching crawdads and playing with a stick.
I wore lipstick.
And I got caught shaving. Just two little country kids outside misbehaving.
So it's a long going joke with my that's one of my wife's favorite non-song songs. But my wife and I started a business together where we do all sorts of different things, including selling trading card games and accessories, Pokemon Lorcana, Star Wars Unlimited, Magic the Gathering. I also created the Card Guardian and the Card Guardian BB edition, because you need a little you need a little trunk for your junk that holds semi-rigid top loaders, and penny sleeves, and all in one spot, and it's really nice and convenient and exactly what people want. So that is the exciting part. But yeah, so we have a whole slew of different things that we sell there, and this will be one of them. We are still raising money for the affiliate party. So if you're interested in donating, we're about some amount raised. I can't see it from Montana's screen. We're some amount raised towards our goal right now, and we're looking to get to 100%. If we do, I think there's like 5 or 6 people who have agreed to get pied in the face at TwitchCon. I'm going to even attempt to stream that moment. So that would be a fun thing for you all. But yeah, so that's just what we're looking at, what we're seeing. Now with the summer months kind of winding down, we're gonna have a more regular schedule. Kids are already back in school, as I explained late last week. They went back to school, so next week Accord wife goes back to work, so schedule will become more solid, fortunately. And yeah, so here we are. We're starting next week. We will be meeting at 8 a.m. Pacific instead of 9 a.m. Pacific. And that's just simply because I want to make sure we have enough time to do anything we want to do. And if I start at 8, that gives us 3 hours. 3 hours. Today we are going to be playing on the Minecraft server that I host on our Discord. So there's the Discord link if you'd like to join. But it is free to any Accord family member who wants to join on Minecraft. It's just the Accord Hero server. But you can hop in. You have to go through a couple things like accepting roles and stuff. Once you have the Minecraft role, it'll give you the details. It only works on Java, unfortunately. We don't have a way to make it work for Bedrock. So for those of you who wish to play, you have to have Java, unfortunately. But other than that, that's pretty much the only drawback. Everything else is pretty awesome. This is our community area. This is part of Accord Village. So what we've been doing is we are flattening out this mountain. We're about halfway. We did take a detour last week to build a kelp farm. on the server in part of the area that we're flattening. That way we can have fuel to steady up some stuff that we've got going on. So give you guys a quick tour. There's Harold, the random pig on the server. Right here is where we had our detour last week. It's still not like fully built. I gotta finalize some stuff, but for the most part it is. But you have, let's see if I can get down and up. We have 5 things of kelp growing, and when they grow to the top, they will then be triggered by the observers and then funneled down. So that is exciting. Then we have a small little elevator, up and down elevator. So right here, this is where it's happening. This is a little observatory, if you will. And eventually it'll all filter into this spot. So we did test pilot it. We still need to do some of the TLC, if you will, of the server. Just giving it some simple adjustments like floor. I guess this is technically ceiling. But for the most part, we finished that. So we were working back on our original project. Back onto our original project. And going through to kind of put together the remaining parts of this. My hopes is that we can finish this in the next couple weeks. Because while I like to pretend that I would hop onto Minecraft and do things, I just don't have the time. As a parent, my time is this oh. Yep. I thought we already went to sleep, but I guess not. Run. Yep. They're hunting me down. They not be happy. That's all right. But with my kids being older now, they really want my attention, which is a great problem to have. Don't get me wrong here. I have a blast with them. Ackward's son and I played Fortnite for his time yesterday. I had so much fun because he like genuinely wants to be really good at the game, but he also just wants to play the game, and he doesn't understand the teamwork aspect. I mean, he understands it, but he doesn't like. So yesterday we were playing, I said, and he kept just wandering places because it's a new season, so you know he wants to he wants to see all the new things, and so he's just wandering. I'm like, hey, bud, you understand that when you wander, puts me in a really weird position. Because I'm not only trying to figure out where you are. Like, I'm having to wander to these random places, and then, boom, a team shows up. And then I have to fight them on my own. Like, oh. So did you notice how every time we win or we get close to winning, it's when we work together as a team, and you tell me what's going on and I tell you what's going on? And he's like, oh, And it's just kind of funny. It's like, yeah, but it's 2v1 if you don't do it that way. It's 2v1. So, learned a little bit something about. Oops. Oh, there's some extra work. Not much. It was just kind of funny his response to this idea that in duos you need 2 people. But yeah, teaching him like strategy and how to go about things, it's really fun. I'm excited to see him grow with it as he goes. He was surprised to learn that Fortnite really isn't for 7-year-olds though. Because at both schools he's been at, he has found friends who play Fortnite. So when I told him the other day, I said, "Oh yeah, it's actually meant for older kids because it's rated T. So it's an advisory for teenagers." He's like, "Oh, yeah, yes, buddy." I said, "But that's why you're only allowed to play it with Dad. Otherwise, he'll play Astrobot or the most recent has been the new Donkey Kong game because I broke down and bought it, and it's a lot more fun than I was expecting. I won't lie." Someone was saying that it was going to be game of the year, and I was skeptical at first because I'm like, how can it be? How? Then I played it. I'm like, oh, because it's fun. Because it's fun. That's a crazy thing there. I mean, I wasn't expecting much of it because I was a little kind of sad that they didn't bring back some of the other Donkey Kong characters from the N64 Donkey Kong. Now, granted, that's what I hope for every time they even tease a Donkey Kong game, is that they'll bring back Tiny Kong and Lanky Kong and all of them, because I don't know, it was just a lot of fun when I played it way back in the day. You know, it was just a lot of fun. And the funny part is the game itself has kind of similar features to Donkey Kong 64, which is I think why a lot of people are liking it, but uses different slightly different mechanics. So you still have this idea that you need to switch between characters, but instead they're utilizing music. And on top of that, you do get to hear the DK rap in the game. And if you don't know the DK rap, go Google it. It's the best. It's long. I listened to it the other day because my 2 children who are both playing it, both of them, didn't realize what it was. They didn't hear it before, so I was like, okay, let's drop some lore on you guys. And so I played the DK rap for them. They grooved out to it a little bit. It was fun. It's really clunky. It's not a good rap at all, but you know, we'll forgive it. We'll forgive it for that. But welcome into those who are just joining us. My name is Accurate Hero. I'm a variety streamer on the internet. Today is Minecraft Monday, so we are going on to the Minecraft server and continuing our mission to flatten this mountain. Do we have any more shovels or pickaxes? Nope. Rude. So that's what we're working on right now. Oh, looks like I lost my sticks. Unless they're in here. Nope, but I do have lumber, so I can just make new ones. Yay. All right. Place all the dirt with pickaxes. We need a shovel. Shovel or two. Oops. What is happening? Accord, get it together. Okay. Place that. And replace that. Go ahead and replace that. We don't need gravel. All right. So we got ourselves now a good loadout to continue. One thing that's a little crazy about this project is everything you see done has to be done with the things that we find in the server. There's no switching to creative mode, which is why you're seeing me use only stone pickaxes and shovels. There's a few spots where there's iron I could go get. I think we lost some of our iron when I forgot to log out. But yeah, so everything being done is done with what is found. It makes for a slower process, sure. But the whole point of this server is that it's ongoing. It's us making everything permanent. I back it up about twice a week. Because the idea is that this will go on and on and on. And our community will shape it to be something awesome. Whatever that looks like. Whatever that looks like. That could be something more. I honestly don't know. What's been happening is I've just come up with projects and people have started helping with them. Now, granted, this has been probably the largest undertaking next to the giant wall that we created to make a Game of Thrones ice wall type thing. Okay. These last couple here. But yeah, so that's just kind of it. It's just all these little random projects that we've been putting together as a community. GC had put together a really elaborate farm for sugarcane and trying to think of what else. Chickens, cows on a completely different spot. Those have been pretty much, my son has put down some random spots throughout the server. So you can go just wander the server and you'll find random like building spots, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple obsidian portals somewhere. But you know, overall, pretty much everyone has kind of resided here at the Ackward Village and just doing their thing. There's little plots we have. After we flatten out this top, the next part is to carve out there's a section of the village that kind of needs to be flattened out as well. And then occasionally we'll wander into these other projects. Like I showed you guys, the kelp farm. It's like, hey, wouldn't this be really cool? And the thought process of getting that going was, okay, that'll make 250 kelp while we're doing this. And then by then, that'll give us enough fuel that we can use that to expand even further. So fuel and food source. Yeah, that's kind of the thought there, was that. Oh, Sunny and Pepper, thank you for the follow. It can be a food source. It can be a fuel source. But it can do its own thing. I'm looking at more as a fuel source because we have, like I said, a whole different. It's a whole different spot. Let's see. How do I pull up the map? I forget. Way over there somewhere. That has chickens and stuff. We literally have 8 or 9 stacks, full stacks of chicken. Oh, thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. How you doing, Misfit? Hope all is going well. But yeah, so it's been a adventure for sure. Originally, the reason why I wanted to flatten this out was we had talked about on my original stream team, we had talked about like doing like special events in Minecraft because so many of us played it. And so I was like, oh, well, let's make an event spot. And it was also kind of a joke of just, hey, we can start having everyone help clear out this huge area. So that's actually where this project kind of started. Knowing full well that you actually need, you need to have your own, needs to have its own kind of server thing to do special things. Hadbay, one of my former teammates, she did bingo, Minecraft bingo, on a server back in, I think that was like October. All right, let's go, bro. Pretty slow morning. Just finished cleaning up the majority of the house. That sounds nice. We do that on Saturdays. So my wife and I, the only thing we never get to is laundry. And that's partially because our kids take forever to do their laundry. And then because I want to make sure they have clean clothes, I make sure that their laundry's done first. And our new washer, the washer and dryer in this apartment is not very big. So what used to take us one load now takes us practically two loads. So it takes a little longer. So I meant to start, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to start a load before I started streaming. So I can fold them after stream, but I'll just do that while I do my safety videos. Because that's my afternoon. After streaming, I get to sit and watch fun safety videos to prep for my graduate program. Because technically I supervise a lab. It's just a workshop lab. Help supervise. That's not really I'm just a graduate assistant for it. But don't worry, it pays horribly. But I only have to do 5 hours a week, so it's not like crazy amount. And all my training counts as hours. Which, like, that never happened for me in the past. So that's really exciting. Because I used to have to do the same level of training videos for teaching. People don't realize that teachers have to sit through all these mandatory trainings. And since COVID, they've expanded those mandatory trainings now to be virtual. And you're just expected to get them done. And it's lots of fun. No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. All right, we need... Oh, I did have some iron brewing. There we go. I was going to throw you guys in there so that we could make a bridge. We can make a bridge across. A bridge to Terabithia, because we want to cry today. On that note, hope you're all doing well on this fine Monday. If you want to share what all your plans are for the week, or maybe you just want to lurk, twerk, and be your wonderful selves, all are welcome to do as they need here. I can do all the yapping for all of us, y'all. Awkward wife she was like, I'm gonna take a nap after we drop off the kids. Okay, just don't snore, because my stream office is literally in the same room as our bedroom. And she's like, just tell him. Just tell him I'm enjoying my last days of sleep. Said fair. I think most people would empathize and celebrate. Would celebrate the idea of taking a nap before you go back to work. Because she goes back next week. She goes back next week to work. I actually get a couple days where it's just me before I go back to school. which is kind of fun. Just go ahead and we'll scream about in the house. All right, now that we built that, let's finish this. See, these upper layers are probably the hardest because they're so sporadic. And then as you go down, it kind of mellows out a little bit. But you have to be a lot more careful in the upper levels. Especially when you have a giant pit of lava. Oh man. Giant pit of lava right below you. Just keep swimming. Sometimes how I feel when I'm on a cherry picker. Look down and there's just lava. But I was working overhire last week. Yeah, it was last week. Last Tuesday. For a local theater company doing the lighting setup for their next show. And this guy, I guess their previous theater was a really rickety one, and he's pretty much like their staff electrician. And so we're hanging out there and getting the stuff done, and pretty chill guy. But the amount of things I saw this man do, just like hanging out of the basket as he's tying off some lights and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Sneaky turtle.
Sneaky turtle. Hey Doc, how you doing? For those who don't know, that is our turtle who swims across stage, the official mascot. You turn the volume down on it? Yeah. When I basically started crying from the sheer volume of it, I had to turn it down just a smidge. It's only 5%. It's not like a huge amount. But it sounds like a huge amount. It's significantly less loud, which is always good. Yeah. Yeah. As someone who has PTSD, probably not the wisest thing to have the loud sound effects on. Especially when you have audible triggering. Audio triggering? Yeah, audio triggering. I don't know. But anyway, how you doing, Doc? How you been? And thank you for redeeming your sneaky turtle. It's a good little turtle. I'm gonna level out this. I'm gonna level out this mountain. It's gonna happen. Because at this point, it's sick again. Oh no. Well, be careful. Apparently, the new strain is going about, and it's giving very sniffles energy, I guess. Of course, in your line of work, it's probably unavoidable. Boom. Goodbye, dirt. You shall no longer be. Till this shovel breaks. Then I think that's my last shovel. Sadly, I work in a petri dish. I mean, I did too. It was education. If you do not have a good immune system in education, you do not belong in education. So I completely understand. It is 100% unavoidable in your line of work. So honestly, being sick only 6 times since November isn't that much. No. Any more shovels? All out of shovels. Look at us go, though. I mean, for me, it is. I've. My wife always gets mad at me because I get sick, and then I'm a big baby. Like when I'm sick, I'm a big baby. I'm hands down admit it. Problem is, I don't get sick that often. Maybe once a year. Maybe once a year. And so she gets annoyed because she if someone's sick around her, she's gonna get sick. That's just how it works out. Unfortunately. So she's like, I wish I had your immune system. Yeah, it's pretty great. I don't like slowing down. That's part of what makes me a big baby, is that I want to do something. And I feel like sitting around and recovering is a useless task, but it's not. My ear itched. All right, look at that. We lowered this nice little piece. In fact, if we can get rid of this little bit of dirt, this is now the tallest point of our mountain. Let's go make a shovel because it's going to take too long. Drop. There we go. All right. Now we do have iron, so let's go ahead and make an iron pickaxe. Let's also do an iron shovel. What does that leave? So that was 4. So we can do one of each more. And then let's do a few more pickaxes, a few more shovels. First, replacing dirt. Stop adding more. All right. There we go. To you too. Immune system was shaped and molded by your students. Exactly. No, I don't even know what it is because I had this immune system well before I started teaching. Even in college, I didn't really get sick that often. And I don't remember being much of a sick kid, so I think I just have a good immune system. Could also be that there just was... My dad worked as a correctional officer, my mom worked as a teacher. Maybe we were just surrounded by so many germs that it just kind of was built up over the years. Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. Maybe I just ignore when I feel ill. Could be that. Awkward wife says that's it. She's up from her nap. I can tell you for a fact, though, it does annoy her. When I ignore my my illness. And I do have plenty of stories that would back up that I ignore when I'm sick. There's a time I passed out on my couch because I refused to accept that I had pneumonia. That was a fun time. Woke up like 2.5 hours later. No, it was pneumonia. It started as bronchitis. That's usually how pneumonia goes for me. Because I know, because I went to the doctor afterwards. To get those antibiotics. Oh yeah. What are you not wearing a backpack? You dropping said backpack? You did. No. Got the Bee Travelers backpack. Trying to remember how to equip a backpack. I don't remember. Okay. Well, someone's attacking us now, so we're gonna skedaddle. Be right back. I'm trying something new, elderberry. I mean, elderberry's pretty good. A little sweet. My I had acquired some let's see, I acquired some gummies that were elderberry flavored, you know, a special kind of gummies. They were a little sweet for my taste, but they weren't bad. Supposedly they're good for you. I don't know that to be the case or not. All right. How? No, don't throw my chicken. I need my chicken. Hold shift. Attacking creatures stings them, causing poison. Always. All right. How do I? Oh, there we go. That's how I open it. That's how I open it. Oh, it stores water and lava? Didn't know. And I know there's a way for me to just have it too. Oh, I just did it. I just did it. Here is our second kelp. I just placed kelp on the ground in my river. And it just exists. pretty shallow. Not as automated, but just as handy. If I really wanted to, too, I could just do it from... I didn't even have to go in the water to farm it. Just a nice little handy way to get some kelp real quick. 4 damn fuels. And it grows back pretty quick too. So this was the short term. This was the short term solution. This was the short term solution. So we don't need that. Put those up. And now I have a sugarcane spot too. Somewhere. There it is. So we'll dry out all this kelp. Actually, funny story about kelp. So we were at the beach the other day, and this lady, no joke, just grabs a giant thing of kelp and just drags it onto the beach to get in the way of everyone. I don't know why. I still don't know why to this moment. We can remove that. But that's what she did. I will never know. I will never know why. But it was a big piece of kelp too. It was a big piece of kelp. And I just sat there and I was like, honey, why do you think she's doing this? My wife had no idea, and nor did I. But it was big. Let me tell you. All right. This is our tallest point of the mountain. So everything from this point forward is downhill. All right. You get what you get. I don't post dad jokes on the internet for nothing. Which I probably need to post more. But you know, what do I know? 200 something. It's like 250, I think. I don't know. I have a playlist of them on YouTube. 250 of them though. It's a good start. It's a good start. I even joked, said, now that I'm no longer a K-12 teacher, maybe I'll start posting more, more jokes that are a little more adult-centered. And then I went to go tell one, and I was too embarrassed to post it. I recorded one that was more adult themed and promptly deleted that joke. Nope. Nope. I'm just a little kid. I have one for you. Oh, okay. I like a good awkward joke of the day. Why is it impossible to light a candle in a cheese factory? I don't know, Doc. Why is it impossible to light a candle in a cheese factory? Thank you. Thank you. Because of the strong breeze. That's awesome. Well done. Well done. I don't know when the last time I posted a new awkward joke of the day was. I think it was like March. I'm here all week. Well, I hope so. You're at your house. Speaking of this week, we have a little bit more steadiness to the schedule now that kids are back in school and whatnot, because like I gotta be places at certain times and it's really nice. But so we will be looking at streaming. I think I figured out it's gonna be Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays at 10 a.m. for the foreseeable future. Or no, sorry. Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Probably 8:30. Somewhere around there. Fridays and Saturdays at 10 a.m. And I might change that, but that's what I'm thinking the schedule is going to be. Because Fridays, for the most part, I don't work. I don't have class. So obviously that's a good day to stream. Mondays and Wednesdays I have production meetings is the only problem. Otherwise I'd have nowhere to be till 2 o'clock. But I have production meetings at 11 and noon. So that's why we're going to start a little bit earlier on Mondays and Wednesdays. Go about and do our thing that we do. So that then I can go based on that. And some days it'll be a 3-week stream, a 3-hour stream. Some days it'll be a 2-hour stream. But it'll always start at 8. And I'm hoping that we'll eventually find our morning audience. It's been a little rough trying to find the new audience. Because while I love my old audience, unfortunately, my school schedule will not allow me to really stream at night. Also because Awkward Wife and I have a business and that streams at night. So I'm trying the day streams. If it doesn't work after a while, I might try to just figure out a flexibility for nights and just wing it a little bit. I don't know. It's been different since I've been on the West Coast. It's been a little bit of a challenge. But it's also a challenge trying to find the streamers that I would normally watch, because most of them are on now at lunchtime. when I was used to watching them after I was done with work. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. All I know is I'm finishing this degree. That's pretty much my only known right now, guys. And that I'll take care of my kids and wife, who made a delicious coffee. Oh, it's so good. It's really so good. I always get a little torn because we have an espresso, and not a big fan of Nestle as a company, but boy, do they make a really good espresso coffee pod. There we go. Bye. Oh. I thought I got you. But clearly, there's more to that ledge. Alright. Now here's our problem. Yet again, we have not something connecting the two sides of this. At least right where we're working. And I also do not have a bed. Conveniently placed. So it's not like I can go to bed. We are knocking this thing out. I'm really pleased. I think that's the word. With how fast this goes when I start focusing on the actual task at hand. When I start actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is flattening the mountain. It goes by really fast for doing this only with found objects. Oh, it looks like that skeleton crew just despawned. Oh no. They just went over to the area that I wanted to be. And have bow and arrows so they could strike at any moment. But it does not seem that he is aware of my presence. So that's good. That's good. No, Mr. Skeleton. Let's sneak over here. Oh, and a creeper? Let us sneak over here. Oh, I had to call somebody. Who was it? I don't remember. I had to do something today. What did I have to do? What are we crafting today? Welcome in, Nerdy Nurse. Hope you're doing well. We are back to leveling out this mountain. It's been a long project we've been working on. Months, if you will. Of flattening out this mountain so that it's not... Oh, hello. Hi, friends. Keep falling. Jerk. I'm a happy adult. I got a new dishwasher today. Yay! Honestly, dishwashers are great. I was laughing the other day. Awkward The awkward kids, they do the dishes every day. And I was like thinking about, like, am I being like an unreasonable adult with this expectation? And then I remember that my siblings and I had to do the dishes every single day by hand. And we only require that they load the dishwasher. Like, I do all the hand dishes. And I was roughly their age. So I'm like, oh, no, I'm not being unreasonable. At least not to the level that my parents were. What was that? Leave me alone, please. I am not looking at you for a reason. I am just trying to level my mountain. I do not want trouble. I just want the dirt gone. That was terrifying. The only time I've ever seen a Enderman do that is when they've come and just obliterated me. So, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Because, don't get it wrong, I will be obliterated. No question about it. So, I personally hate dishwashers. But I hate dishwashers because I feel like you have to do so much to make them work right. And like, I know I've talked to like experts on dishwashers and they say, oh, you gotta leave the food on your dishwasher or on your dishes for the dishwasher to work properly. But every time I do that, all I get is food left on my plates. And that's kind of the opposite of what I want when I do dishes. I know, crazy. Oh, hello. Hello? Okay. I'm going back to my thing. Oh, you found your way back up. Rude. Oh, there's another. Burn. All right, you're done. No, you're not. I'm just trying to survive here, guys. I also had a dishwasher kit, but I also had a bunch of outdoor chores that took the place of it. Yeah. Well, we had a dishwasher. That's the thing. We had a dishwasher. But both my parents, they met in a restaurant. And their line of thinking was, hey, we're going to have you learn this skill because it's a skill you'll need for your first job. Which, like, fair. Absolutely. Washed a lot of dishes in a bowling alley. But, not joking. I'm very serious. I worked at the food snack bar. But, and we would use the dishwasher, but we would use the dishwasher for very specific things. I don't know. I'm grateful my kids have it easier than I did. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather they have it easier. And I want them to learn the skills that they need to learn. For sure. Because that's an important aspect of life, is learning the skills you need to learn. But at the same time, I wish maybe that's it. I just wish that I had it. easier, quote unquote. And don't get me wrong, my parents were pretty awesome parents. No one's perfect, but on the grand scheme, and as someone who has dealt with a lot of different types of parents, my parents were awesome. My dad wanted an independent child, so I was taught how to mow the lawn, change a tire. Yeah, I mean, the funny part is that's some of those skills I never learned. Now, granted, living in Arizona was part of that. You don't have lawns. You shouldn't have lawns in Arizona. It's a desert. So mowing a lawn, have never done. I've never mowed a lawn in my life. Nor am I interested in ever mowing a lawn at this point. Do I know how to use a lawnmower? Yes. Do I know how to mow a lawn? I've watched a lot of lawn mowing videos. Let's just put it that way. So I could probably figure it out. But have I ever mowed a lawn? Nope. Never mowed a lawn. Never mowed a lawn a day in my life. I would say probably here in Texas are the only places that I would likely do it. And I lived in an apartment in Texas. And my wife used to, I know she used to clean the dock. I don't think she ever had to mow the lawn. I think her parents paid for someone to do it. If I'm not mistaken. So, you know. Probably would be screwed if we had a lawn. I mean, just especially given how much we do our laundry. And that's a skill both of us have. But I do like some yard work though, because I did have to. So part of my chores was to assist my dad in maintaining the pool. That was a chore. So, yeah, I think my parents' goal always was just to give us skills. I think that was always their goal. Give us skills, and I mean, even as a parent right now, I can mildly admit this, not do as many chores as. I mean, there's sometimes I don't feel like doing the laundry at all. And what I'll do is I'll offer my son video game time in exchange for doing my laundry. So like he's getting something out of it. Don't get me wrong here. It's not like he's doing free labor. He's getting something he wants out of it. But I have noticed, I don't know anyone who likes laundry, honestly. Like, dried clothes are kind of the worst feeling in the world. Like, it's just so staticky. It's a very tedious task. I don't think anyone likes laundry. And I think the people who claim they do are just lying. I let my husband do it. That's my wife's mentality too, is that her husband will do it. Because she absolutely hates it. And she'll do it if I need her to. But I think that's just her. She hates laundry. That was a task that I know she didn't have to do as a child. And I'm very jealous of her. And growing up, I didn't really have to do it either. My mom wanted control over the laundry. So she would do all of our laundry. But she would ask, get the loads going, and for the most part would hang and do all that stuff for us too, which was really I'm grateful for and I miss quite immensely. But I think because she was a teacher and had to have all these nice clothes, she didn't want it ever to get ruined. Because believe it or not, teachers don't make a lot of money. So I think that was part of it, was she had to have all these nice clothes. They didn't want them to get ruined. So she would handle most of the laundry. We would have to put it all away. So she would fold it and then we'd put it away. But we'd only be responsible for putting away our own clothes. So it wasn't like, again, wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't like anything that shouldn't be the norm. But do I remember the buttons? No. No, I do not. It's called softener. No, softener is like horrible. Softener does not solve the problem. And it actually puts residue on your clothes. It's also really bad for like your machine. I did a lot of research on this. Because I've worked with a lot of appliance techs. And like that's the one thing they say, don't use softener. It's bad for your clothes and it's bad for your machine. Oh gosh. How did I... Oh, a water softener. I thought you were saying fabric softener. I thought you were saying fabric softener. Fabric softener is really bad. Well, I don't think I'm recovering any of that stuff. I think I don't want to. I just thought I do not want to spawn back to that point. That's lava. Nah, I'll be good. I'm definitely gonna be going and grabbing it, so I'll find it. That's the thing, is when you guys at least use the command, it does put a marker there, so I can find it easily. Ooh, what is that over there? There is something over there, y'all. My backpack. It's still there. Pretty much. Oh, some of my stuff's still there. No, I need to... This was smart. Let's put these boxes everywhere around lava. Ah! No! Don't die. So close. Now where'd it go? Oh, did it burn up? Shoot. No! Grr. I am going to stop dying for just a second here. Game mode. Creative. Yay, don't die anymore. If my water bucket wasn't in the backpack, I wouldn't have died. Fly! Okay. That's what I was looking for, was the dirt. 'Cause dirt stops lava. Without it burning up. All right. Just... Okay, the backpack is still there. That's what I wanted to see. That's all I wanted. I just wanted the backpack back. I don't need any of the other stuff. The other stuff, recoverable. Doable. I just want my backpack back. Beyond that, survival. There we go. That was crazy. Okay. Back to our original task. Did we cheat a little bit there? Yes. Yes, we did. Do I really care? No. No, I do not. Back to our regularly scheduled program. No more falling into the lava pit, Awkward. It's going to happen again. I already know it's going to happen again because we have so much of this area to do. I'm going to fall into that lava pit again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift things just slightly. I'm going to focus on just flattening this side of the chasm. And then what we'll do is we'll add in our concrete, build a nice solid platform. Maybe not die so much. Maybe. Maybe. Emphasis on maybe. I can't promise anything. I've learned better. Like, if I can get the chasm done today, that'd be great. All right. Before I forget, though, I do... Nope. N? Yeah. Let's go ahead and remove these death spots. Don't die, don't die. I can shift and go to the edge. There we go. Who thought it was a good idea to do this outside of creative mode? And why did no one tell me that was dumb? All right. On our way down. Going down, down. I mean, I could. Why do I... At least this time, I did die on what appears to be the non-lava side. You stupid lava. Yeah, we're doing this again. You wouldn't listen to me even if I had that. Look. Look. You don't know that. I could have listened to you. Oh. Oh, there's more stuff over here. Today I have to finish my application for applying to be a video game teacher, specifically for Minecraft. This is what I'm applying for. There's the backpack. That's all I'm looking for. Do you think I should include this stuff in my application? Okay. Don't lie to me on my TV. That's fair. I won't lie. Okay. Okay. I'm not even... I was on the edge, so I should just stay crouched. That was my mistake. I should have stayed crouched. Like that. To achieve what I was trying to achieve. See, because you can crouch the edge. And it won't let you fall off. It's a safety feature. But the second I uncrouched, it moved me just past the edge. And so that just all fell apart. But yeah. So I'm applying to be a video game teacher because honestly, I can set my own hours. That's a big part of it. And they work on East Coast time, so I would just have to get up super early. But they have times during the day that I can do, and it'd be nice to make a little bit of money just teaching video games. But I was thinking about, even if I don't get hired by this particular, because it's an individual who runs like these camps, these kind of social clubs. And I was thinking, I'm like, even if I don't get this job, which this isn't the first time I've applied for this job before. No. Not going after it. I might just do my own thing. It's through a platform that I already use for teaching. And like I've set a goal for myself to create new classes, but I was primarily focusing on self-paced classes because for me, it's only requires me to basically answer questions asynchronously. So they can email me, say, hey, I have this question, and then I can answer it as I have time. But I have to record all the videos and such for it, so I haven't really been doing that because the kids have been here. So my goal is on specifically on Tuesday afternoons, or no, sorry, Friday mornings. That's Friday afternoons. Friday before my kids get home, and Tuesdays before my kids get home. I'm gonna record these lessons, these videos, and I will have some time on. Oh, okay. Got it. I thought it was. I'm gonna medicate myself and zombie shuffle off to work. Oof. Well, Doc, I wish you the best with your workday today. I wish you the absolute best. I hope it's very boring. Nothing exciting happens. And but it goes by super quick. It goes by super quick, and then you can cuddle into your bed and go to sleep. But you enjoy whatever you have to do to survive. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I'm trying a new. Oh. It'll be slow for me. That's fair. Let's take. We're gonna let the time pass. I'm just gonna go right in the middle over here. I'm gonna let the time pass, and then I'm gonna get a BB edition. My wife was handing me a note. A BB edition Card Guardian. We just sold one apparently. Holds your top loaders, semi-rigid, semi-rigids, and penny sleeves. We just sold a turquoise one, which are always fun. Always fun. They don't let me do that anymore. Train people. Yeah. That's gonna be pretty much my whole job. That's all I've ever done. It's train people. We'll update that later. All right. Oh, oops. I'll have to re-put in the settings. Not a big deal. All right. This is the old one. Oh, I have to turn on the printer. Will that load up? Do I have turquoise loaded? I do not. So, good times. This is the other name tag that I'm making. This one actually fits a very specific style. It's gonna have it has like a programmable thing. You slide it in. But you can change the thing in it. versus the one that I made that's going to be a lot cheaper. Have not used this pretty much. It's been about a week since I've used the printer. Gave it kind of a break. It was running. It was running constantly. Load in the turquoise. That'll go in a minute. I love this silk, guys. Look at that. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm sure my black cat personality is the reason, but they don't say that. I like training people. I don't like helplessness though. It's my only drawback as a trainer. Otherwise, every job I've ever wanted was always related to training. Okay, 3D models. No, it's not another 3D models. It is. It's another Acrid Hero 3D models. And we want, I think it's this one. There it is. There's my beauty. No, you guys can't see any of what I'm doing right now. Okay, then we need to add. I guess we could change that real quick. I could change that real quick. That's just me. There we go. So yeah, this is the big Card Guardian Big Booty Edition. Need to add supports to the gravity feeder. It adds a little bit more to the cost, but people really like the gravity feeder. People really like this extra storage area. Are used, but support is not enabled. I'm sorry, support. Set the interface to. Okay, that's that. And then we need that. Set the interface to that. Yes. Adjust the settings. We're gonna do that. Going to slice it. Oh. Did I tell it to? Oh, I did auto. No, I don't want auto. I want manual. Because I don't need support there. It thinks I need support, but I don't need support. I do need support here. Because it doesn't end. But this is all embedded into the stuff, so it's okay. Okay, looks good. We've got turquoise loaded. Plate is tacky. So it'll stick. All right. There we go. And evidently the time clock froze or didn't freeze. So it didn't actually progress time. Hey, there we go. It's daytime. And the reason why I prioritized that was because for Awkward Wife and I, it's really important that we get orders out as fast as they can. We try and do next day, except for Saturdays, because Sunday there's no mail. So we try to get everything done next day. And it sometimes works out really good. And sometimes it doesn't. So I try to make sure that when we're like printing and such specifically, I get them on the printer as quickly as possible. They go pretty quick. It prints pretty quickly. But if something goes wrong or if machine's not cooperating, I just want to make sure there's time. What people don't necessarily realize is that TikTok does have requirements for their shipping. And while it's not next day, it doesn't require you to have it there next day, because that would be insane. You do have to have it in the mail, but within 3 days, 5 days, something like that. So it only takes a few hours to print, but I want to always make sure that in case something goes wrong. We did get dinged for a late shipment, but it wasn't our fault. The guy put in the address wrong. Because who puts their apartment number in the comments? Like, who does that? Honestly? So, had to wait for that to get returned. And then had to put in the new shipping address. So, technically, it was late ship. But what I didn't like is that TikTok said, be sure to have the customer request a refund. Because you get docked if you refund it. Because I was going to cancel the order and just have them redo the order. But it's a whole process. It's a whole rigmarole. So doing that wasn't an option. So I said, okay, I did the math. We've done this many orders. We've only had one that was ever shipped a day or two later. Or longer than 2 days. We'll take the hit. It's fine. So, it does impact us, but it's minor in the grand scheme of it. But this is another thing. If you order on TikTok Shop, be sure to leave reviews for the products you order. I didn't know this until I started working as a TikTok seller. Your payout days are determined by your reviews. So you have to have X amount of reviews. You don't get docked when people don't review you, but you don't get it affects how they get paid out. And that's one thing that's been killing us, is that TikTok doesn't pay us out for 8 days. So when I sell something, it's 8 days after delivery, which makes it like almost 2.5 weeks. So when we have to that's why we can't sell right now. That's why we can't sell boxes of Nerdy. You don't need to feel like a jerk. It's fine. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know. But it impacts the sellers. So once I learned that, guess what? I'm leaving everyone a review all the time. So if you buy anything off TikTok, I'm sure Amazon and other platforms are like that too. But it's kind of silly. But you shouldn't feel like an asshole. Not even a little bit. Like, if you don't know, you don't know. It's not anyone's fault. But yeah, so it's just kind of those things. It's like when we want to sell, like we want to sell boxes of Japanese, we just got approval for distribution. It's a really good thing, but in the same breath, we have to figure out how to do that. Plus, we're waiting on payments. We had to borrow against the savings of our business to do some shipments from, or do some, not shipments, products from, what's it called? Earlier times. It's just a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We're just replenishing the savings, which it's not like we're hurting, but I set a minimum savings amount for our business. So that way we had emergency funds. So when we moved, like it was good because we didn't get payouts for almost a month after we came back, but we were able, that's what we borrowed against, was that savings to get our products that we needed. And so we've replenished most of that now, which is good. It's it's a complicated thing. Selling on TikTok is a complicated thing. So that's my moral, my story is be sure when you order stuff off TikTok shop, give reviews if you really like the product. If you don't like the product, give a review because it actually gets the hurtful, what's the words? The bad players. It gets them out of it because they have to wait then 30 days for a payout. Oh, is that the veggies that you're, or the fruits? I'm hoping that's not all. Okay.
I can hold it in my hand.
I see. I do, but not right now. Hey, do you think you can make me an egg sandwich though? No's okay. I forgot to make breakfast this morning. I'm trying to get into my rhythm for now that the kids are back at school. Problem is that because Awkward Wife isn't at school, we're not in the rhythm we're gonna be in. So like my plan is to work once I get home. But when you have someone here, it's like you wanna spend the time with that person. It's almost like I married someone I love. Ooh, an artichoke. These mushrooms look really good. Which one is this? Okay. Typical. The people who lost our money. So yeah. So that's just kind of been the fun of it. But that's how you also get the bad players out of TikTok, because you get this shop. It's called the SRS, I'm pretty sure. And basically it's just like a report of your score based on product reviews and your work as your like how you get things shipped out and responding to messages and stuff. And mind you, we're a 2-person operation. We're a 2-person operation, both of which have full-time jobs. But so, will you make mistakes? Absolutely. But if you want to get people like who are scamming you on that or selling stuff that really isn't that great, leave them a review and leave them a harsh one at that. Because it'll make their payouts slower and then they're not going to want to use TikTok. It's the longest it can be is 30 days past delivery. And so the couple bad products I've gotten from there, I feel really good about leaving their 1-star reviews. Because that means they're not getting my money till much later. And 9 times out of 10, when it's a bad product or when it's a bad situation, it's usually a bad situation. It's not like a one-off. I did have an instance where like everyone's getting these really positive reviews to it, and it's just a bad situation for me. But I also factor in things like, how are you responding to the situation? If you're, you know, telling me, oh, I'm so sorry, and you're being really courteous about it, I'm also going to give you a lot more forgiveness too. So, I'm not vindictful. Though I always joke, I always joke that there's a few people I'd like to purposely buy stuff from them just to leave them a bad review. Because as a human being, they suck. I don't know how their product is, but as a human being, they suck. Particularly an individual who keeps trying to pretend like I'm the one who stole their idea. But I wouldn't spend 2 cents on that. Oh, good, it's working. As it's printing, I didn't check and make sure the print started. I guess we have a print going, so we can have that up for you guys. It's always fun to watch the printer go. I keep forgetting to message you about something. Oh, wait, good thing or a bad thing? Uh-oh, good thing or a bad thing? Yes, I am doing a lot of mining. I'm flattening out this whole mountain. We've been doing that for a while, actually. Few months. Good / surprise thing. Oh, okay. Well, that's a good thing. That's all I'm really wanting for you lately is good things, nerdy. I'm rooting for good things for you. And for Mr. Nurse. Oh, we got this side of the mountain pretty much to level now. Have to do the rest of that side, but I think we're a third the way done at this point. All right. Make sure we don't fall off the edge here. It's my brother, but he is watching. Can you shout him out? His name's Howdy, Ray. Happy birthday. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying this fine day. Happy to give a shout out on a birthday. In fact, we're going to have a birthday celebration for myself, an affiliate anniversary next month. In the works of it, we're going to take our schools out for summer event plan and kind of add in a few things. I'm just trying to find space for it. So I hope you have a fun day on your birthday. Do something fun. And welcome to the Awkward Family Gathering. All right, we're almost done here. Ooh, did I put... Let's throw some more of that in there so we can level out some of the stuff. I think I lost the Oh, no, there it is. I lost it when we had our series of dying. All right. I'm gonna flatten out this. Oop. Dang it. There we go. Ooh, let's use this creeper to our advantage. Hi, creeper. Can you... Thank you. Ooh, did I lose all my chicken? I sure did. We'll have to go get another stack of chicken. There we go. Pretty much have this whole thing down now. Alright, let's go get some chicken since we have a health deficiency. Oh, running, running, running. Which also wears down the food more. But, Ooh, we can check on the kelp farm on the way back up. See where it's at, growth-wise. So for those who don't know, we spent a lot of last Monday building a kelp farm for the Awkward Village. Which, for those who don't know, this is the Awkward Village. Chicken's over here. There we go. All right. So, and then this should have, let's go ahead and turn those into blocks. Perfect. So we built this little kelp farm over here. Remove. For aesthetic purposes, mostly. Thank you, my love. I really appreciate it. Get everything resolved? Okay. Will do. Oh, so it's 12 months. I see. Okay, so they'll pay you 10 months, but then they'll basically put it in a savings account and then pay you out the 2 months later. It's kind of weird, but I don't know why. I mean, so it's about a quarter of the way up. Kelp Farm's about a quarter of the way up, so it's still going to be a hot minute before we have our first batch of kelp. I have to review, but yes, I believe I do. Make some artichoke dip. Well, that's you can roast it and that. Oh God, that was terrifying. Typically you roast the artichoke and then you'll mix it with the yummies. And I've got the BB edition printing, as you can hear. No problem. I got you, business partner. Oops. I forgot I had all those pickaxes. Got me. All right. So, let's get this dirt out of the way and then continue knocking out this stuff. Okay, I messaged you so I wouldn't forget again. Sounds great. Looking forward to reading that. I love hearing good news from my friends. It's just one of those things. Okay. So we got the dirt out of the way there. Let's get this stone out of the way. Because eventually we do have to go through the entire thing, because this is all going to be stone topped with it's not called brick stone. We're gonna have bricks kind of lining it. So we've already built it to a degree in one spot. I'll show you guys in a minute. That's the outline of it, is gonna be kind of the brick, which is why I'm trying to streamline some of my operations to create more concrete, because you need it for like half the stuff I'm trying to do. All right, we got all this. And I will say the thing about this project is taking it just a little bit at a time has really made this easier. Just focusing on getting a section done. Because you never, especially with big projects, ever like going through and you're trying to get it done, but it's all these little steps and the little steps don't seem to progress anywhere. And so then it feels like a big task because you're not seeing any accomplishment. I mean, I feel accomplished looking at this, and especially like looking at the mini map and seeing, okay, all of this is clear. All of this is flat. Look at that. Look at that mini map. It's showing it is done. Is there more to do? Sure. But just every step just feels a little bit more accomplished, a little bit more done. I think that's just a good way to approach most things. Get it done in small steps rather than try and do everything all at once. right? If I tried to level out the entire mountain at one spot, it would have been a daunting task and would probably have been abandoned. Just speaking in reality. But also doing it collaboratively with a bunch of people rather than just myself, right? That also made a difference, in my opinion. Because for those who don't know, this is actually on our Discord server. So you can hop in, you can join. Yourselves. You do have to join the Discord server and then add the Minecraft. But we have spots for you to do your own thing. Like we have several people who've started their own villages on the server. Typically after my stream, I go in and I back it up. Because we only have one rule. Don't be a jerk. Dicks be not welcome. Can look at it as a lesbian server. Anyway. But yeah. So anyone can join and hang out, and it's a grand old time. But look at that accomplished. Look, we've accomplished so much of it. And like I said, we have to take out this part. We got to dingle around a little bit here. Just removing all the non-cement parts. And we'll eventually fill those in. And then finish this leveling right here. Now, the next fun task is building the bridges and filling the gap. That's never a fun task in Minecraft, because you're likely to die. Because it's a long drop. So, that is the good news. The fun that we will endure. We also are going to add torches in this area so that we don't have mobs spawning. Cheating a little bit there by changing our time of day just so we can finish this part uninterrupted by them mobs. All right. Looks like we got another set done. So let's go ahead and get this on our roll. We'll fill in these blanks over here. Because we're leveling it all out. Then what we'll do is we're going to use this area over here specifically to... It's a lot easier when you have an end to try and fill in the gap there because you're not dealing with a bunch of end where you could just go splat. If I fall here, not a big deal. Right? So we're going to go ahead and get this area kind of filled in. We're going to take out that tree. Why? Because it's there. Because it's there. Hey, Mr. Pig. Really? Thank you. Jerk. But doing this also allows for me to close the gap, the wideness of the gap, which then makes it less likely for me to fall and die. The bad news is it does make it harder as you go. We are crouching right now, so it won't let me go off the edge because we're crouching. Which is also a good little cheat. Is just to crouch down as you're moving. Especially when you're working over a large space like this. Now, I believe we do have quite a bit in a different location. What I'm going to do is I think we're going to automate this, the cobblestoning a little bit more better. And a little bit closer. And a little bit closer. Because that is part of the problem. The only downside to automating is that when you do that, you lose out on all the experience. But in the grand scheme of things, that's not really that big of a deal. But I'm going to need some iron in order to automate it the way I'd like to. All right. Let's also go ahead. Oh, how do I access the backpack? No, it's not T. Let's see. Do I remember how to access the backpack? I do not. If I go to controls, it will tell me. No, keybinds. It will tell me under that section. Traveler's backpack. Open backpack is B. Oh. I think that's the same button. Yeah, that's the same button as new. So we need to change that binding. We will make that, let's see. Make it 0. Toggle hose tank. Make that 1. Swap tool, change hose mode. Guys, I've never actually used the backpacks before, so I don't know. Oh, convenient. Convenient. All right. So we do have some more concrete that was already made. We'll use that to help fill in this gap. See, as you can see, because we went off the side and now we can fill in several spots till we get closer to this edge. Oops. That does sometimes happen. But now we can get the whole thing to this area. See how easy it is? And go about four away. So now we've built a little bit better bridge. So it's really just about using the geometry. Don't worry, not math. Don't worry, not math. Using the setup of the area to make it a little safer. And crouch. Be sure to crouch. Gets a little bit more difficult as you go. Gets a little bit trickier as you go. Because it's not always nice for you, but as you extend it out, it works out. Until I fall and eat my words. As I almost just did right there. That's a random spawn. Because when you crouch and you use that as an edge guard, making sure you don't fall off the edge, the other side of it is you have to remember to go away from that edge. As we saw earlier. As we saw earlier. When I plummeted to my death. All right, let's go ahead and take this. We're going to go ahead and add more so that it goes. We're also going to start making our torches. Because we have the stuff to do it. So we can make this a despawn area. Basically, where light is present, mobs don't spawn. Which is really handy. So, we were being very methodical, as you'll see over there. But realized I was using way too many torches. And really, we don't need that much light. Great, they still owe it to us. At 12, right? Yeah. Nope, I didn't forget. To your work? I'm gonna tell you what your job is? Yeah. It's a little joke with us because it's a new position. So they're really still defining the role for Awkward Wife. Like, she knows what her job is, but they haven't told her the specifics of what her job is. They haven't told her what she needs to be doing for them. She's been doing what she's been doing, but she's not. It's not it might be a teaching position, it might not be a teaching position. It's like there's a lot of vague details too. So fortunately, they were telling her that they were going to figure that out. Today and let her know what all she's doing. They start next week, guys. They start next week. But if ever an explanation of what it's like to work in education, it's that. They give you a job description, they tell you what the job is, and then all the details come out later. All right, we didn't get the chasm done like I was hoping. We've got about 10 more minutes before I got to go. I got a production meeting today, as you heard, and there's not, I mean, do I need to go? No, I really don't. I really could just not go. It's an optional meeting, but I'm trying to remember all like the professional responsibilities, because I haven't been a lighting designer only since college, since I was in college. And so it's a little bit of an adjustment, a little bit of change. And because of that, I just want to be in the production meetings, know what's going on. Because I design in the spring, like early spring. Like I'm going to have stuff turned in to my mentor. I want to say in October. Like I'm going to be in school for like 4 weeks before I have stuff due for my design. So I'm using it as an opportunity just to be like, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to research the play, which I have the script sitting over here. It's just stuff like that. So, which is what today is kind of geared towards anyway. I told Awkward Wife I had to ignore her today. And this was part of why I chose today. Was because I knew I'd have to stream. And I knew I'd have to I knew I had my production meeting today. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to throw all this in here so that it can... Oh, it's going to use both. All right. Sounds good. I keep looking over at this message like this guy thought he was going to get one over on me. Like I haven't been a teacher and know all the silly jokes of names students go by, please. So I just kind of laugh. I keep seeing the message. It's like, this isn't even a clever one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're not on the TikTok side. But that's all right. I just find it funny. All right. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. And it'll still load them into the hopper, but it'll be at least last. Loaded last. Funny looking. I don't know why that came to my HD brain. I mean, you do you. That's all good. We all have our moments. All right. These are all set. And we're going to have lots of concrete when we come back. But for today, we're going to wrap it up. Go ahead and sleep. And then disconnect because I don't need to die again. Alrighty. Switch that. Hello. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me today on the Awkward Family Gathering. It was lots of fun going through. It's really fun that we got through pretty much up to the chasm, which is huge. Honestly, it's a huge part of that whole thing. We'll have to take a look next week just how much we got, how many other things we got done. But we're gonna call it for today. I might be back on tomorrow. We're not gonna be able to do Saturday this week because Awkward Wife and I are going to we're gonna go to the Pokemon Worlds and we're gonna hand out pins for our company. So I can't stream. So we're gonna go do that instead. But we're gonna go ahead and raid. We're gonna raid Pikefire. Awesome person. They just good vibes, continuing that coziness and wonderfulness with a little bit of chaos. But go ahead and copy the message that pertains to you. So if you are a follower, it's going to be that first message. If you are a subscriber, that second message. So you can get all your emotes. Emote usage. So go ahead and copy that. We're going to run over there. They're playing Stardew Valley. So similar vibes. Not the same. But none of my friends are playing Minecraft today. I think a couple of them play it on other days, but anyways. But thank you guys all for being here, and I will see you probably again tomorrow. I'm gonna double check my schedule, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow is what I'm planning doing. All right, love y'all. See you soon. Bye.